Does Andy Serkis deserve an Oscar? I don't know. Do his movies really need that kind of help selling tickets? Because that's really the only point in holding a competition between a bunch of people who have set out to create art for a living. Stop. Wait. Okay. For real this time. Come on. Does Andy Serkis deserve an Oscar? I would say that Andy Serkis is no more or less deserving of an Oscar than any other actor working in film today. But his nomination should receive the asterisk that many of his claims and the claims of his fans are hyperbolic, if not outright lies. You see, Andy Serkis, despite being a pioneer of motion capture, is actually quite ignorant, naive, or maybe dishonest in regards to the process.
Obviously, there's the visual effects side of a character like this, which is a separate thing, really. It should almost be viewed as a digital costume and makeup, and that is not to take anything away from the interpretation of the extrapolation of the performance in the way that they put it together.
Well, I'm glad we didn't take anything away from the animators who put it together by referring to their work as digital costume and makeup. Of course, it doesn't take a whole lot of research to see that most of his computer-generated roles have required a hell of a lot more than just rotoscoping or digital painting in order to achieve their perceived performance.
The motion editing process involves taking the data that is captured on the day when Andy's performing on the motion capture stage, and then it's refined, cleaned up, and enhanced.
A lot of the data that we get from motion capture, a lot of times it needs extra tweaks.
They typically either need to polish the performance of Andy or change it, modify it.
These muscle groups are what kind of make him angry. So if we increase them, he becomes angrier.
So basically the transition doesn't exist, which is something I had to add.
If the thing looks good, it doesn't really matter if it's motion capture or if it's animation. So as long as the mocap is used where it really fits, it's a great tool.
For Kong, there are a lot of aspects of his performance that were designed and created and explored on the mocap stage, but to actually bring him to the screen with the flexibility that we need to give Peter what he wants and the changes that he wants to make, a lot of Kong has been created through the keyframe animation.
You can even ask the director of animation on Lord of the Rings, who gave a detailed account of Andy Serkis's misrepresentation of the facts. Seriously, check it out. This guy pulls no punches when it comes to pointing out moments where the animators assisted or outright replaced Serkis's performance. So is Andy Serkis a douche? Maybe. But maybe he is just, or also being, very naive. Sort of like the actor who thinks that, well, when I work with the director, he or she and their editor always honor my performance by always using the best takes and keeping them in context and in sequence. You can't create an Oscar performance in an editing bay. Meanwhile, the editor might be in the background saying, "Are you kidding me? You should have seen that cunt's performance before I got a hold of it. He could only give us 2 lines per take, and every time he knew the camera was on, he mugged like he was taking a shit." Don't get me wrong, I don't believe that a fair boost of CGI acting should detract from his skill or talent as an actor, any more than creative editing should detract from the skills and talents of any other actor. As most any savvy actor will tell you, when looking at the final product of their labors, a lot of their performance is a matter of editing. I didn't actually respond like that. That was B-roll from a different take entirely. Oh, nobody stepped on each other's lines. They layered our sound in post. That's not even the back of my head. They had to pick up that angle a few months later because of some logo. They dubbed that line in from another scene entirely. You might think I'm being hyperbolic, but seriously, watch carefully the next time you see a great performance on film and pay attention to how many times the footage cuts, where the camera is placed in each shot, how many of the actor's lines are delivered over footage of another person reacting. I'm not saying that a great amount of any of this is ever a hint that an actor was not doing a good job or needed the assist of great editing. What I am saying is that a true, fluid, consistent performance, whatever the fuck that means, is not really feasible because of the nature of film, and you wouldn't want it to be. Film is not the actor's medium. Hell, it's not even the director or editor's medium. It's a collaborative medium. It's just the nature of the beast that if everyone does their job well, the only element that most people will notice or remember the majority of the time is the human one. And now with the advancements made in CGI, the line between actual human and human-like is very blurry. A lot of credit has to be given to Andy Serkis for throwing himself into this new art form as both artist and object. People will look back years from now and remember him as one of the first, maybe even a pioneer, I just hope people don't look back and think, man, that guy never got the credit he deserved, during a time when so many digital effects studios are closing their doors. Look, Andy, if you really want to deliver a performance that is truly honored by the medium in which you deliver it, get on a stage and stay out of the film industry. Otherwise, please disabuse yourself of any and all dreams of grandeur that you are the proprietor of even a plurality of the final product. Pucker up for your digital makeup and dance, monkey, dance! There might be something...
Dr. Oz, I love you.
I love you too, Penn.
Oh, I love you so much.